So tomorrow I'll be going over 5 gripes I have with the Mario 3D collection, which is basically 5 nitpicks I have of the games. I may not buy the collection because I already own 2 of the 3 games. The other game I sold because I don't like the Wii console Wii. But yeah, I already own Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, which I already beat, and Mario 64 on the DS. So yeah, I already own both the games. I know Mario 64 on the N64 is different from the one from the 3DS, but I don't care. 3DS one has mini games, and mini games are fun. But here are other franchises that Nintendo made that would deserve the same exact treatment that Mario got for their anniversary. Maybe for their anniversary they could have the same exact treatment. And I won't be counting sub-franchises such as Donkey Kong Country and WarioWare, as their anniversaries are not really that important because of sub-franchises of the Mario franchise. So we'll be going over the first one, Kirby. Besides Mario, Kirby is the other franchise that usually gets its anniversary celebrated pretty quick, easily. Because Kirby is one of Nintendo's most recognizable characters, it would just make sense for Kirby's next anniversary, because it's in a few years that Nintendo releases a collection of Kirby games. They released that for Kirby's last anniversary in 2012 for the Wii. Maybe they may release another one with more Kirby games, excuse me for the burp, for many more classic games like Squeak Squad and stuff to come to the Switch or next Nintendo console. Next is Zelda. Zelda is another franchise that obviously gets to get new games of its anniversary. Maybe its anniversary might consist of Breath of the Wild 2, but maybe a collection of old Zelda games. Maybe a 3D Zelda collection like they did of Mario, or a collection of older 2D Zelda games, or a big Zelda collection like we got, like bigger than even the one we got on the GameCube back in the day. The third franchise that should get a anniversary collection is Fire Emblem. Most people don't know what Fire Emblem was until the latest game, Fire Emblem Awakening. And I think people should be able to play the newer games with the easier difficulty as well, to introduce a newer fan base to not play them. It would make sense because, of course, these games would be on the console. But yeah, it would make sense that these games would have easy difficulty, so newcomers would be able to play them without having to deal with any difficulty. And of course, if they really want to get to the hard difficulties will still be there in the older games. But yep, a lot of original Fire Emblem games for the Super Nintendo, NES, and GameCube and Game Boy Advance were mostly GameCube only titles. Maybe make all the games before Fire Emblem Awakening on one cartridge. It would make sense for the anniversary of Fire Emblem so people can actually play this franchise for what it truly is. The next franchise that will get a collection on the Switch out of all the Nintendo franchises, well, I can't really think of anything more besides Kirby, Zelda, and Fire Emblem. Well, Pikmin. Yes, Pikmin. Pikmin's anniversary is next year, and I think they're gonna release Pikmin 4. It makes sense because Pikmin 1 came out in 2001, so it makes sense that Pikmin 4 comes out in 2021. Yeah. Maybe we can go over that in another video. But maybe with Pikmin 4, we can release Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch. Maybe on the eShop, Switch eShop, or on Nintendo Switch Online. Just to get people get into the games. They're releasing Pikmin 3, and it makes sense because they're releasing Pikmin 3 before Pikmin's anniversary. So people can be able to play Pikmin 3 before they play Pikmin 4. Nintendo's a genius company on that one. The last franchise is Metroid. The original one of Nintendo's big three. Nintendo doesn't really seem to care much about Metroid. Putting Metroid Prime 4 on hold indefinitely. But I think for Metroid's anniversary, Metroid Prime Trilogy would be an easy one to port to the Switch. I get the first few Metroid games are already on Nintendo Switch Online, so you don't really need to put those games on there. But Metroid Prime Trilogy could be ported to the Switch with bigger marketing, and yes, the games could probably sell way better than the Wii version did. And also, they don't have motion controls, which is a plus for anybody who hates motion controls. But yep, there we go for 5 franchises. And of course, the last franchise was Pokemon, but its big anniversary passed literally 5 years ago. And its next big anniversary is next year. And yeah, they're going to celebrate Pokemon's anniversary always of something. But I think that Pokemon could just release a bunch of... Honorable mention is Pokemon, but Pokemon is technically considered a second-party franchise. But yeah, we'll go over Pokemon anyways. Pokemon will probably have something to celebrate its anniversary. Probably something in Sword and Shield, probably some new games, probably Pokemon Snap, and of course Pokemon Snap, which is coming out, probably a new spin-off game, probably a few mobile games to celebrate the anniversary of Pokemon. And something that I think this Pokemon could do is release a lot of the older Pokemon games on one cartridge. They won't do that because it'll probably be easier to release them all on eShop. But yep, it will. Yeah, that could explain why there is no Pokemon. And also, there's no Game Boy games on the Nintendo Switch Online. So of course, there's no Pokemon on Nintendo Switch Online. Another franchise that Nintendo could attempt to make, but is Earthbound trilogy, but that will never happen either, because Nintendo hates that franchise and wants it to be buried forever. So yeah, that's basically it. Goodbye.